Hi friends, I am Akshay from BVRIT College. So today I am going to explain about types of stresses and strains. First, stress. What is mean by stress? Stress in the context of mechanics and material science refers to the internal resistance offered by a material to deformation when subjected to external forces or loads. It's a fundamental concept that describes how materials react to application of forces and can be understood in terms of the force per unit area. Stress is typically represented in units of pressure such as pascals, newtons per square meter. Stress is defined as stress equal to force by area, where force is the external force or load applied to the material. Area is a cross-section area over which the force is applied. Next, types of stresses. There are three types of stresses. Those are tensile stress, compressive stress, shear stress. So let us know about the first tensile stress. Tensile stress. Tensile stress is a type of a mechanical stress that occurs within a material when it is subjected to an external force that tends to elongate or stretch the material along its axis. In other words, it is a stress that develops when an object is pulled or stretched. Tensile stress is usually expressed in units of force per unit area such as pascals or newtons per square meter. Next, compressive stress. So it is a opposite of a tensile stress. So let us know compressive stress. Compressive stress is a type of mechanical stress that occurs within a material when it is subjected to an external force that tends to shorten or compress the material along its axis. In other words, it is the stress that develops when an object is pushed or subjected to compressive force. Compressive stress is typically expressed in units of force per unit area such as pascals or newtons per square meter, newton per meter square. Next, shear stress. Shear stress is a type of mechanical stress that occurs within a material when parallel forces are applied in the opposite direction along adjacent planes within the material. In other words, it's the stress that develops when different layers or sections of a material slide past one another. Shear stress is typically expressed in units of force per unit area such as pascals or newtons per square meter, newtons per meter square. So here, as we can see that tensile stress, compressive stress and shear stress. Tensile stress is said to be when the object is performed under the two pushing forces, then it is under tensile stress. When it is when the object or a material is under pulling forces in opposite directions, then it is a compressive stress. Then next, shear stress. Shear stress is said to be when the object is performed. Load is acted in a tangential manner on the top surface of the material. Then it is called as shear stress. Next, strain. So let us know about strain. Strain in context of mechanics, the material science, it is a measure of deformation experienced by a material in response to an applied stress. It quantifies how a material changes in shape or size when subjected to external forces. Strain is expressed as a dimensionless ratio or as a percentage change in the material's original dimensions. Strain is defined as strain equal to change in dimension by original dimension. Next, types of strains. There are four types of strains. Those are longitudinal strains, lateral strain, volumetric strain, shear strain. Next, first, longitudinal strain. Longitudinal strain, also known as axial strain or linear strain, is a type of mechanical strain that measures the relative change in length of a material along its longitudinal or axial direction. It quantifies how much a material stretches in the direction of an applied force. Okay. Next, lateral strain. Lateral strain is also known as transverse strain or perpendicular strain. Is a type of mechanical strain that measures the relative change in diameter or width of the material along its lateral or transverse direction. It quantifies how much a material compresses in the direction of an applied force. Here you can see in the diagram, when the load is applied in the, see from the P is the load is applied, the original length is this and the changing length is this, and this is called longitudinal, and this is the change in diameter is the lateral strain. Okay, next, volumetric strain. Volumetric strain, also known as hydrostatic strain or dilatation, is a type of mechanical strain that quantifies the relative change in the volume of a material when subjected to an external pressure or stress. It measures the expansion or contraction of a material in all directions due to changes in pressure. Here you can see the figure is the original figure of an object, and this is when it is under applied the load. Then yes, next, shear strain. Shear strain is a type of mechanical strain that measures the deformation of a material in response to an applied shear stress. It quantifies the change in shape of a material as it experiences force that cause one part of the material to slide past another along parallel planes. Shear strain is often associated with a change in the angle between adjacent material layers or particles. Here you can see, as we all know, shear stress is performed like when the load is applied in the tangential direction of the top of the surface of an object. Then, so here the shear strain is said to be that when the shear stress is occurred, here you can see the diagonal of the object is in the original direction, in the original object is different from the deformed object. So here you can see that this object is undergone shear stress. Okay, by through shear stress it gone on the shear strain. Done. Thank you. This is all about today's topic.